Hey guys, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. So for this video, we're going to be talking about the brand new Super Kaioken Goku. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe, of course, if you are new to the channel, for more content as well as that notifications so you don't miss anything we upload here on the channel. So for today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what they say about this man, and then from there, we're going to watch the video and try to break down if there's anything interesting in there. He is versus a Pikkon, which I'm assuming is going to wind up being a new Pikkon. We do have the new Otherworld Tournament Arena as well, looking really nice. I love the spectators back there. Looks really cool. So yeah, like I'm assuming that's a new Pikkon. His video has not dropped yet, so he will not be covered in this video. But I will drop towards the end of this video some opinions on the way Pikkon probably wanted being managed, because he's actually a little different. Unlike the other Pikkons, he's not a movie character, so he'll be built a little bit differently. But regardless, though, we'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, of course, if you're new. Let's go ahead and jump into the info here. So, Super Kaioken Goku is incoming. When at 50% health or less, his special arts grants restores own health when it reaches 0 one time and reduces next sustained damage. Now, the only caveat is you do have to be below 50% HP, and then you can get the endurance. Other than that, if you're above that threshold, you're not getting the endurance when you use the blue card. He does have an ultimate, as we'll see in the video, so we'll have to see how readily available blue cards are for him to really determine how good this mechanic is, but it's better to have it than not to have it, right? Other than that, though, he does reduce next sustained damage. The only caveat to the next sustained damage thing is that if you get hit with like a tap punch or tap blast, it's going to get knocked off, but I'm assuming that's going to be like a minor cut, 20 or 30%, and we'll see what happens with that. But ultimately, again, it's nice to have that type of stuff versus not having it regardless, right? So that's cool to see. Last little bit they say here is he also takes less damage after the enemy evades the attack with a vanishing step. Some more opinions and thoughts on him after we watch the video. Let me go ahead and stop my music here momentarily so we don't have it clashing in the background or anything like that. And let's see what they have to say about this dude. I have watched the video because this is actually my second attempt to record this, so I'm not going to be super surprised. I like the battle damage back that he has here. Pretty cool. Not a huge fan of his combo. There are other Gokus that have far better combos. That one's kind of like whatever. Let me know in the comments which Goku you think has the best combo. Speaking of combos, that's the same combo other Pikkons use, I imagine. Green card right here. Obvious blue. Here comes the ult. This looks so clean, though. This looks really clean. Like, I'm actually really happy about this. And he's got basically... Whose is that? Whose windscreen is that? I think it's the purple Goku from the Turtles movie. Correct me if I'm mistaken. If I'm right, if I guessed it, hit that thumbs up. No, he's got that windscreen kind of rebranded here. So, the ultimate looks really nice. Can I just say, Super Kaioken's not a form you see that often in media. So I'm really hyped that this is coming here after, obviously, Dokkan got it a couple of years ago, but it's really cool to see it still getting more love to this day. Like, it's not super common, but it's nice to see. So anyways, yeah. So he does have this green card. This actually reminds me a lot of the blue Kaioken. It's a similar stance and stuff like that. Regular blue card here, and then the ultimate as well. Nothing else really to break down in this video. We were able to kind of easily depict everything. Last thing I want to say is I don't recall if Pikkon assumes this stance, the pre-existing Pikkons, but I'm just going to assume this is a new Pikkon, obviously. Obviously, it's the Otherworld Tournament theme. They have to be dropping a new Pikkon, but I don't know, right? So we'll find out because his video has not dropped yet. So I'm going to assume that that is a new Pikkon, even though his combos, etc., are the same. I hope that, just for the record, he does, like, take off the clothes and stuff like that. I have to go back and watch that fight, whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that he does wind up kind of just armoring down and stuff. Anyways, so yeah, there's the video for the Kaioken Goku. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about him? Last couple things I want to say is, like I said, this is not actually a movie. The thing about this is that, like, a lot of fans don't really know what's actually a Dragon Ball movie in a lot of cases. Like, they'll think that the Bardock, quote-unquote, movie is a movie, but it's not, right? The old Bardock stuff is not a movie. That's actually an anime special, which is why he's not on the movies team. It's not a movie. But that's because we called it, like, the Bardock movie growing up. I remember that, right? Mid-20s here, in case you guys don't know how old I am. Anyways, so, like, things like that, right? This was not a movie, so the Pikkon is not actually going to wind up being on the movies team. So that's something to consider. Unlike the Fusion Reborn Pikkons that are actually in Sagas from the movies, right? So that's something to consider because Pikkon doesn't have other tags. He doesn't have powerful opponent. They didn't give him that, right? So he's going to be an interesting unit to see. If I had to guess about Pikkon really quick before I go back to Goku, he's probably going to wind up being built similar to like Hit, where he has a color primary focus, which actually is what they did with the pre-existing yellow Sparking Pikkon. They gave him color focus and eventually gave a tag buff, right? One thing I will say is that the Otherworld Warrior tag is like the only actual tag he he has, right? They could wind up doing the thing that they've been doing a little bit lately, where they've been kind of giving those secondary tags buffs, like powerful opponent got a buff with Zamasu. The Red Gogeta started giving the Fusion tag a buff, not Fusion Warrior. He gives it that, yeah, but Fusion as well. At a certain limit break, he starts buffing the Fusion dance characters. We've seen this throughout a little bit, like the Universe 12. I don't know. I always forget, like, the actual universe. We're Brienne's crew, right? They actually, Universe 2, right? It's Universe 2. It has to be Universe 2. They start, yeah, it is. Okay. They start buffing Universe 2 after a certain amount of time. Like, there are things like that that could wind up happening where Pikkon does pick up, like, something like that. But I don't know. He's going to be interesting to see because he doesn't have that crutch of being on a movie team. So we'll see what happens with that. Goku, I don't have those same qualms with. We now get a second Goku with Endurance, by the way. Goku coming in, the full Goku, like, Sun Family / Saiyan build is actually really nuts. Like, you have a lot of really good Gokus, just in general, that are really powerful. You got this guy that offers the HP buff. You got all these Gokus in here, all the Sun Family units, like Zenkai Kid Goku. The full team is actually pretty nuts. They just picked up a new SS4. So there's a lot of options here in the full Goku team, which is one of the most meta versions of this team. But the thing about the upcoming Gokus, he's going to have a crap ton of teams he's going to be applicable to, so I'm not really worried about his teams. I want to add in that he's an interesting unit because he's going to exist in this spot where they want you to play below the threshold. Let me turn back on the music. They want you to play below the threshold of 50%, right? But that's not particularly easy to do in this meta where every unit does a billion freaking damage, right? So on top of that, though, not only is that the case, they also are giving him Endurance, which is obviously better to have than not to have, right? But I want to kind of throw out that Vegito Blue completely annihilates units that have Endurance because they revive with freaking 1 HP. So, like, that's something else to consider as well. My alarm is going off. When it comes to this Kaioken Goku, like, how is the matchup going to be? And if they completely shoehorn him and make him a red unit, by example, then he's going to be in a really bad spot in the meta, just because the most relevant unit is actually a blue unit. Like, if he wanted to be in green, though, which is probably not going to happen because we just got SS4, that would be impeccable for the exact same reason, right? That would allow him to kind of do exactly what he wants to do. I want to add in that he also has the ability to take reduced damage here when the enemy evades his attacks. That's actually the direct antithesis of what Rosé does. So Rosé actually has the ability to reduce damage sustained by 30% when he evades the enemy's attack. He also destroys the enemy's card enhance. Like, Rosé's got some really good disruption when he vanishes, but the innate disadvantage in a lot of instances is that you're actually in a position where you're out of priority. So Goku's just normally is better, right? Being able to do it when you still have your vanish is actually really good, right? So keep that in mind. We'll see how that works out. Also, again, reducing next damage on the blue card is interesting. So, like, they built this unit in a way where he wants to exist below 50%. They even give you a free revive if you use the blue card, that is, right? I assume he has other things in here that make him very powerful as well offensively, because they don't even mention offense in here, by the way. It's all, like, defensive type of stuff in here. They don't mention much offensive stuff at all. So we'll see what happens. But, like, they built him in a way where he wants to exist in that low HP threshold. So how is that going to work in the meta? We'll have to see what happens with that. Like I said, color-wise, there's not really a direct color he needs to be. I would say that Saiyans really need a new purple. That's what I will say, is Saiyans have been wanting a new purple for a while. Not because this guy is not able to hold the spot down. If you're running the full Goku team type of deal like I was saying, then obviously that's perfectly fine. He's your good purple. But they don't have a buffing Saiyan purple unit other than these older units that you're probably not taking in battle most of the time in high-rank PvP games. So a purple unit that does buff this grouping would be awesome. Other than that, another color option would be a yellow unit. That would not be bad either. Really, just honestly, anything but red. But this dude's Zenkai banner came back, and I can't think of for the life of me why they brought back his Zenkai banner, unless the dude's going to wind up being red. Kaioken. Like, that would be very bad. Like, I don't want that. I do not want that. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe, of course, if you are new to the channel for more content. I said yellow. I guess, obviously, Kid Goku holds the spot down, but you know what I'm saying. Purple is the color. Purple is the color for sure. The rest of these colors are all pretty sad. I mean, they got some pretty meta units. Bardock is in a weird spot because he's incredibly powerful, but freaking Vegito Blue, like 2 cards in like every other red unit in the game. So anyways, there you have it, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in the next one.